All right. All right, we're live. We're live and kicking. All right. Let me know how we're doing here. All right, can you see and hear me? Let's start there. Make sure that I've got volume. I do. Welcome to today's Q&A. We're talking a little bit about team driving. Hello, Miss Anna. So we'll talk about team driving. We'll talk about some of the running areas, some of the different opportunities that we have here at Decker. And I do want to announce for those who missed the winners of the Tick-Tock challenge, we'll talk about which drivers won the Tick-Tock challenge. So we'll zoom on that real quick. You good, Amy says. All right. So quick jump on over to our Tick-Tock challenge and let me first introduce you to the winners and what they won. And then we'll dive deep into the team driving opportunities here at Decker and see if it's something that you'd be interested in doing. Yay or nay. So first of all, our Tick-Tock challenge, what that is all about. They were our drivers or our in-house employees or family members were responsible for creating a short little Tick-Tock. It could be, something just creative. It could be a pre-trip. It could be something, why Decker, something like that. And it was up as of the 1st of October. The last day of September was the final day. And then, of course, we voted last week, and we now have winners. So the top dog, the one who had the most votes across all of our social media platforms, was Daniel Mendoza. So if you haven't seen that, go check out either our Tick-Tock page, or you can find us at Decker Truck Line, or you can go to our Facebook page and actually see them there, because they're all listed under the Tick-Tock challenge. You click on the link and you'll be able to see all of the videos. So Daniel, first of all, anybody who participated won a $15 gift card to the Pilot and Flying J. For those who won, obviously different amounts. Daniel won the overall, so he won a $200 gift card. $200 gift card, and his was Y Decker. And then we had the most creative. Now the most creative, the most entertaining, and the most educational were voted on by our communications committee. And Vanessa Voss won the $100 gift card for We Love This Company, basically documenting all of the areas on, I think it was their first run even. But that was a beautiful one to see as well. Great scenery. Daniel's got the gift and talent of using the drone. I can tell you that I don't have that gift. I've tried. I have a drone. I'm not good at it. It's like some people just shouldn't drive. That would be me when it comes to the drone. All right. Most entertaining, the HR department. They won that one by far. They had lots of votes on that one. That was a $100 gift card for The Sun Goes Down was the song for that one. And the most educational, for those who missed it, was Patrice. Patrice did the distracted driving where he had the phone, the makeup. It was pretty much everything going on all at once. And then we threw in an honorable mention there because Lisa did a fantastic job. Katie helped put it together for her, but she did a fantastic job of just why Decker and showing off some of the people, a lot of the people as part of Decker. So, and a huge shout out. I just saw Lance hop on. If you aren't already following Lance on Tick-Tock, go ahead, find him on there. And Lance, you better throw your Tick-Tock name. Hit 1,800 followers, he said last night. So very exciting. So he's doing a great job. Yes, indeed. So let's dive into the team. As always, you guys, if you have any questions whatsoever, please put it in the chat between Anna and myself, Amy, whoever else is on here, Lance. We will be answering those questions and making sure you are up to date on everything that's going on here. So very good. All right. So that being said, also a reminder for those who are new or are using APU units, make sure that you put your APU unit in standby when you go home on home time. You definitely don't want to cut into your hours once you are trying to come off a home time, because your batteries are dead or your truck won't turn over since your APU unit was on the whole time. So throw that sucker in standby, clean out your fridge when you're on home time so that nothing is smelling, nothing stinks when you come out. But yeah, put everything on standby, you guys. It's going to give your batteries longer life. It'll just give everything, it'll last longer in general, and it won't cut into your drive time. You won't be broke down because of it. It is a simple thing, but I can tell you it is missed or forgotten. So please set a reminder for yourself when you go home on home time or taking home time somewhere that you put your APU unit in standby. Our trucks are fully equipped. Now these suckers have pretty much everything that you can imagine in them, from the APU units in inverters. We have bunk heaters, of course, which are coming in handy for those who are up in the northwestern states right now. And we have microwaves in all of the trucks. We have refrigerators. We have 32-inch television with Epic View satellite TV, satellite programming in them. And we have, that's company paid. We have free Wi-Fi, and of course the Transfo Geotab system to get your paperwork in. We have the onboard scanners that are part of the Transfo system. We have CB units, if I didn't already mention that. The Smartdrive system, which is our inward and outward facing event recorders, our lane departure, our speed gauge. We have a bonus that's based off of that Smartdrive system as well, which is a monthly bonus that you can get. So yeah, it's all encompassing all kinds of goodies as I knock everything over. So quite a bit of stuff that is already provided to you on the trucks. All of the 2019s, I believe 2019 and newer trucks are all equipped with double bunk. The 2018s are the ones that we're kicking out of here this year, and I know we're over halfway through those installs and those switcheroos. So we'll continue to get those 2018s off of the lot and get you guys into newer trucks as soon as possible. So Heidi ho, neighbor. Yes, indeed, for home improvement. Yesterday we have our Facebook Live, for those of you who aren't aware of that, but we do a Facebook Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Central on our Facebook page, facebook.com/detailing. And Dean hopped on there yesterday, did the Heidi ho. I'm like, oh, yeah. Gotta love Tim the Toolman Taylor. So love it. Amy says, Lance, share the Decker Facebook page. I'll watch them there. Yes, we'll have to watch the mini TikToks that Lance has got. He's got some great momentum going on there. He says, my video on TikTok last night was a walkthrough of the amenities of the truck. Love it. Love it. I'm going to have to share that myself. Actually, some of the recruiters might like that, because we get asked all the time to see the inside of the truck. What does it look like? What all do you have in it? How's it set up? And we do have the video on our main video on our YouTube page here that shows it. That is a 2019. So if you're in a 21 or whatever, then we'll have to see which truck you have. I'm not sure, Aim. I think local, actually. One of our locals. Mm-hmm. But I'm not 100% positive. 2018, I believe, is it. Hold this. So that's what we're talking about. Team driving. Let's dive into it. I'll give you a little bit of whirl of what team driving is all about. Now, for the most part, let's talk about team driving versus solo driving. Okay? Obviously, as a solo driver, that's your truck, your space. You may or may not choose to have a passenger with you. You may or may not choose to have a dog with you. But you do have that option, by the way. However, as a team driver, you're going to have someone teaming with you. Someone is either going to be in the bunk or they're going to be in the seat next to you when you're driving. And we do like to obviously keep you guys moving a lot more than our solo drivers, because you can. You don't have to have that truck sitting. You can keep moving, for the most part, going nonstop. So we like to keep you guys going. We like you on a longer lengths of haul. Our average length of haul for our solo drivers, we've got guys that are running right over 1,000 for an average length of haul, where our team driving can be right around there, but it can be a little bit more as well. You're looking at roughly 5,000, 5,500 a week for average miles as a team. We've got exceptions to that. We have some who are running a little bit harder than that. We also have some who choose not to run as hard. We have a variety of options for you. So if you have a preference of how you want to run as a team, that's something that you'll need to discuss with your recruiter so that information can be passed on to your driver manager and so forth. The communication, keeping up on the communication from day one on what your expectations are, what the expectations are of the fleet manager, as well as your conversation with the recruiter is all very, very important. So I want to stay on task on that one. I'm going to give you a couple of scenarios. Team one, we're going to talk about team one. So this team might average, like super solo miles, 12, 14,000 miles a month. They're comfortable with that. That's what they like. Figure they're making about 60 cents a mile for mileage pay. 58 cents a mile is our base as a company team driving. So team driving, you're making 58 cents a mile. That's split, because that's to the truck. So you're each making 29 cents a mile. And then we've got so that's the base. Okay, that's the base. Now for those of you who are running over and beyond, say 12,000 miles a month, you're going to get an extra 2 cents a mile for running 12 to 14,000 miles a month. An extra 4 cents a mile if you're running between 14 to 16 cents, or 14 to 16,000 miles a month. 16 to 18,000 miles a month is going to get an extra 6 cents a mile. And remember that's split, so that's $3 cents per person. And then if you're running over 18,000 miles a month, you'll get an extra 8 cents a mile on all dispatch miles, loaded and empty. Okay, so for a team, 66 cents a mile is what you can get overall. But keep in mind, when you're getting paid weekly, because obviously you haven't racked up all of those miles for the month, you're paid weekly. Anything that you complete by Sunday night at 10 p.m. is going to be on that following Friday's paycheck. And that is going to be at the 58 cents a mile. 10 cents of the 58 is per diem. So 10 cents per mile is not taxed. And like I said, 29 cents per driver is what you'll see on all the dispatch miles, loaded and empty, that you ran for the week. So of the 29 cents a mile, 5 cents per person so it's 24 cents that's taxed and 5 cents that's not taxed for the per diem for each individual. So far, are we good? So far you understand? I'm not losing anybody? Okay. Now that's your base. That 58 cents a mile, that is your base for team driving pay here at Decker. Next step is that you have your monthly bonuses. Remember how I was talking about that extra cents per mile depending on how many miles you ran for the month. So those are calculated. The miles that you ran, and that were completed for the month are then assessed, and you're paid that extra 2 to 8 cents more per mile, again, based off of the miles you ran. So looking at my calendar here, you're usually paid around the 10th to 15th of the month for your mileage pay as a team. Also, side note, you also get the bonus with the scorecard and the Smartdrive Bonus roughly around the same time period. So your miles are calculated. If in October, we'll use October as an example, if in October you ran strong miles from the 1st to the 31st, but on the 31st you were still on a load that didn't deliver until the 1st of November, you will not be paid bonuses on the mileage yet on the load that delivers on the 1st of November because it wasn't completed within that month. However, if you delivered a load, if you were running all of September, and at the end of September, the 30th, you were on a load that didn't deliver until the 1st or 2nd of October, then remember, those loads will be included in your October numbers. Did I lose anybody on that one? Because I can totally go a different route and explain it a different way if I did. Okay, well, I'm double checking the comments here. Let's make sure. Amy says the I-90 ramp to Decker is closed. Go to the airport and take the exit. So that is, you're going to need to take the expressway exit then. What number is that? That's not 101. Must be what, 98? 99, I think, for the exit. Yeah, share one of the quotes from our teams. They love the team's run. It's consistent and they get up and moving all around. Yes, yes. And it's, they can get a workout. I love it. Lance says, just got done at my pickup. Got to roll to Wisconsin. All right, be safe, Lance. Safe driving a different route. Pun intended, kidding. All right, so again, so it looks like we're good so far with the description of like how the miles run. Anything that is completed in that month is going to be paid out the following month within the bonuses. Cool? So all miles are going to be calculated off that. We're going to talk about the mileage bonus then. It's 12 to 14,000 miles a month as a team. If you ran between that, you're going to get an extra 2 cents a mile. So it's a penny a piece. An extra 4 cents a mile, so 2 pennies a piece, for all the miles that you completed within the month if you ran between 14 and 16,000 miles a month. If as a team you ran between 16 to 18,000 miles a month, you'll get an extra 6 cents a mile, so 3 per person, for all the miles completed within the month. And if you ran over 18,000 miles a month, no matter what it was, 20, 24, whatever, you're going to get an extra 8 cents a mile on all the miles that you ran. So that's 4 cents per driver for the team. Or 4 cents per driver. Yes, for the bonus. That's what I meant. That's just the mileage bonus. It's solely based off of miles ran. Cool? All right, so you've got your rate of pay per mile each and every week. You've got your mileage bonus that pays around the 3rd pay period of the following month. So you've got that one. Also as a team, initially, you have a sign-on bonus. It's a $5,000 sign-on bonus, split down the middle, $2,500 per person. And that breaks out and pays out quarterly. So it's $1,250 each quarter. Of course, all the miles that you run over 25,000 for the quarter, you'll get an extra 5 cents a mile split. So it's 2.5 cents a mile on all the miles that you ran over 25,000 for the quarter. That's the team sign-on bonus. Again, $1,250 each quarter. That $1,250 is split, so $625 per individual, per driver, each quarter, and the additional 5 cents a mile to the team for all the miles over 25,000 for the quarter. Cool? So there is money to be made, even additional for that sign-on bonus. Now that is for the first year, because it's $1,250 each quarter, $5,000 total. $5,000 accelerated. So like I said, anything over 25,000 miles for the quarter, you'll get an extra, as a team, an extra 5 cents a mile on all those miles. Cool? All right, so you have the sign-on bonus. You have your regular rate of pay. You have your mileage bonus. Well, to be fair, you have your sign-on bonus accelerator, which has the mileage in it, and then you have an additional mileage bonus as well. So there's 3 different possible income streams there for you. Now you have the scorecard bonus, and you have the Smartdrive bonus. These are the same. So again, comparing team driving versus solo driving, the team driving and solo driving bonuses for the monthly bonuses are very similar when it comes to the scorecard and the Smartdrive. The only difference is that they're split for the team. Okay, so you have, again, on all the miles that you ran for the month, all miles, every mile that you ran, just like the mileage bonus for the teams, all the miles that you ran, you'll get paid that scorecard bonus, which can be anywhere from 1 to 4 cents more per mile, depending on where your scorecard lies. So let's talk about that criteria. A team scorecard is going to consist of miles, idle time, fuel compliance, on-time delivery, preventable accidents, CSA violations, and what am I missing? On-time delivery, so no driver service failures, and no claims. That was the other one. So that's the 7 criteria for our drivers across the board, team driving or solo driving for our scorecard. Now again, it's on all the miles that you ran, and usually you're running quite a bit more as a team driver than you would as a solo driver, so the amount is significant, and then at that point, split down the middle. So if you have a perfect score of 1,000 points on your scorecard, which means that you didn't have any preventable accidents, you didn't have any driver service claims, you didn't have any claims, you didn't have any CSA violations, you had, of course, on-time delivery, your idle time was fantastic, your fuel compliance was fantastic, you got a full 4 cents a mile on all the miles that you ran. That's going to be 2 cents per person or per driver that you're paid out roughly around the third week of the pay, or the third pay period of the following month. So again, calculating all the miles that you run for October, around November 19th is probably when you'll be seeing that monthly bonus, that scorecard bonus. Okay. All right. Now, that was the scorecard bonus. We have the Smartdrive Bonus. The Smartdrive Bonus is based off of the Smartdrive unit, which includes both the inward and outward facing event recorder, the lane departure, the speed gauge, the following distance, all of that. It is like all-encompassing safety unit. If your points on the scorecard are 20 or below, you'll get an extra penny per mile on all the miles that you ran. So again, that penny per mile, it's half a cent per person on all the miles that you ran, and that's your bonus for the team. Cool? It's quite a bit. Lots of additional incentives. Any extra pays that you get, clean inspection, whatever, those will be split as well. Very good? All right, so we're on track. We understand team pay. So what does team driving consist of? We know team pay. Moving on to the next. The trucks, like I said, they're fully equipped. They're you've pretty much got any amenity you can think of on the truck. As a team, your odds are you're in a double bunk, because that's what the majority of our trucks are right now. And that we do try to make sure that we have teams in our double bunks anyway, because it's a little bit roomier for you. You have more storage because of it. A lot of, depending on whether you're a husband-wife team or not, you may or may not use that additional bunk for extra storage. Totally up to you. But that being said, it's usually a double bunk that you're getting. Most of our trucks are the 579 Peterbilts. We have a few 780 Volvos and a few Freightliner Cascadia Evolutions, but mostly the 579 Petes. But again, really well equipped. They've got pretty much every amenity you can think of on them. And so that's the trucks. So we've got the pay, we've got the trucks, you've got the benefits. I did mention some of those bonuses, but benefits, Blue Cross Blue Shield, it's an 80-20 plan. It starts after 60 days. We have a 50% match on the 401k. That one starts after 60 days, or actually the first of the month following 60 days. There's could be a few days difference than the actual insurance plan. What else can I tell you? We have the EAP program, which is the Employment Assistance Program, that's available to you as well. If you use MeMD, which is going to be an online or more of a teledoc service, that is also available to you through our insurance. If you chose not to stick with or not to use the Decker insurance, you can still purchase the MeMD or the teledoc service, which is handy if you've got a prescription that you have to have refilled on a regular basis, and therefore you can call up the teledoc. They have that type of stuff on record. They can get a hold of a nearby pharmacy and get you scheduled. If you are trying to avoid going into the doctor because you flat out don't feel well, you're in the truck. I mean, it's so much easier to do the teledoc, and they can't do everything for you, but I can tell you that it sure makes it easier, most definitely. Amy says 90K for the 90th. Yes. So we talk about our Smartdrive bonus and we talk about our scorecard bonus, which we've probably got another week or so before we announce the amount there. But our goal is to get over pay out to our drivers over $90,000 for this next month. We have December, November, and October to pay out. Actually, and September, because September just pays out this month. So we have 4 months to break 90K. This is our 90th anniversary this year, so this is a pretty big deal. Like, this goal. Had we had this goal at the beginning of the year, I'm curious if we would have, but we didn't quite put it together yet. we had a goal to hit over 80. We have hit over 80,000 payout for a couple of the months, actually. So it's nice to see that. Love to see all these massive payouts. Pretty awesome, not gonna lie. Very, very cool. So what's the next challenge in the work, ladies? She says, I think it might be the calendar. I think we're shooting for getting our calendar. You can see this one here. We have our Decker calendar and all the beautiful pictures that are provided by our drivers that get entered in for each month. And then we have, a slideshow of them at the end. So yes, we've got great amenities. We've got awesome benefits as well. The sign-on bonus, the monthly bonuses, the mileage bonus, all of the above, and of course the weekly pay is pretty darn handy as well. Dean says, I think we easily hit 90K in September. That would be awesome. I have no idea what the numbers are. I haven't looked at them. I don't have access to them yet. So I know you mentioned that you had seen your scorecard, but I hadn't seen them yet because I know they're usually double checking everything to make sure it's all in order. So yeah, I'm excited to see the numbers, but I am every month. To me, it's so cool because the amounts paid out they're huge. It's huge. So I look forward to seeing that. Yes, thank you, Anna. If you guys do have pictures that you would like to submit for possibly the contest, we're hoping we get that approved, by the way. Then you can get them in to me by facebook.com/DTL Inc. or send them into marketing@deckermail.com. Cool. Awesome. All right, so let's talk some more about the lanes because we really haven't hit on the lanes. We haven't really hit on what a team is going to see. First of all, it's refrigerated, which I probably should have led with. It's a refrigerated position. That's what we have available for our teams. It's coast to coast, and you'll be dispatched out of our Missoula, Montana terminal. Now, that being said, we only hold orientation in Fort Dodge, Iowa. So if you live up in the Northwest or wherever you live, you'll actually go to orientation in Fort Dodge. If you're an experienced driver, it's a 2.5-day orientation. If you're not an experienced driver, it's a week-long orientation followed by training on the job or on-site training for a week, and then 2 weeks of training out on the road with a trainer before you team. So that's kind of the timeline that you're looking at. But as an experienced driver, that's my assumption, is that you're an experienced driver looking to team, whether it's a spouse or another experienced driver. That's kind of where I'm going with the additional information here. So if you are not an experienced driver and you're looking to team here at Decker, just know you're going to need to complete the training process first before you can go into teaming. Cool? Awesome. All right, so that's what we're going to talk about. The running lanes for the team they vary. So we have some teams that are running more dedicated routes, and then we have some that are running coast to coast, and we're just keeping them busy, load after load after load, with a variety of loads. Currently, the positions that we have available are open routes where they're coast to coast, and that doesn't necessarily, so I do want to clarify, when I'm saying coast to coast, I mean that it could be pretty much anywhere within the lower 48. You could be running from California to Florida. You could be running from Illinois to Colorado. You could be running to Phoenix to Washington State. They're not all, when I say coast to coast, that doesn't necessarily mean you start at one coast and you end at the next. What I mean by coast to coast is it could be anywhere in between. There could be some shorter runs in order to make sure that we get you on a stellar load, a stellar team load. But our goal and our objective is to make sure that we are stacking on those miles for you, like boom, 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 one right after another. Cool? She is your hero. Yep. Just like that. Just like that. Nope, not an I. If you're talking to me, nope, not an I, just E. Just all E's. But Katie is with an I, yes. Okay. So yes, the team runs could be a variety of things. Now that being said, for our solo drivers, and this is where I'm going team versus solo drivers, okay? This is the difference for us. With our solo drivers, it is no touch freight, period. Okay? It is no touch freight. However, with our teams, we do have some touch freight. Not all of it, but some of it. And what that touch freight entails is most of those are bread loads. So you're rolling the bread loads off the truck, you're placing them within the warehouse, and then you're rolling the empties back on. Or vice versa. You could be rolling the full ones on at the beginning of the load and then rolling the other ones off. So that's the team runs that actually entail touch freight. Good. Other than that, that is the only touch freight we have for our refrigerated division. Period. So if you are on a run where you are lumpering that load or you're rolling the cases off and you're rolling them back on, then you can team up again. You and your team member can roll the carts off together. Some people can roll them off as an individual. It depends. Everybody's a little bit different in their ability, and I want to say like dexterity, because just these are carts. And they're heavy carts. They can be 300, 400-pound carts, depending on if the bread is frozen. So, and not all the loads are frozen, and some you're going to get a little variety of it if you're doing the touch freight. But in those cases, that can be pretty heavy, and having two of you roll them off and roll them back on can make life a lot easier and more productive, safer. Because it's very important that the freight that you're hauling, that you're rolling on and off, does not get damaged, of course. So you want to make sure that they are in order. And when you're rolling them off and you're headed into the distribution center, they're going to let you know they're in the warehouse. I need you to put them over here. I need you to put them here. And then you'll just roll them to where they need to be for them. Make it a little bit easier for them. A little teamwork doesn't hurt anybody, right? Literally, teamwork? Yeah. So that's really the only touch freight. Other than that, there's no lumping. That's the only type of lumping that you would see. And that's pretty much in the team driving, not in our solo opportunities. So it's no touch freight for the solo. So hopefully that answers your questions on some of the type of freight that you'd be hauling. It is refrigerated. You'd be hauling a lot of meat. We do a lot of meat, anything from chicken, pork, beef. For the most part, we do ice cream. We have a variety of loads. It's temperature controlled. It's refrigerated. Now you could get on a dry load every now and then in the reefer unit, but most of it is going to be temperature controlled. Nope. Amy, no light yet. We're still discussing that. Actually, it'll probably be Thursday that we hope to have more information on that. She's asking about the podcast. Mm-hmm. Yep, our Inside the Triangle podcast. We'll hope to have a little bit more information. Darren went back over the road, so he's driving for us in our refrigerated division, and I think sounds like there's a very good chance that he might be doing more of a monthly podcast or here and there. Might be a few people involved in the podcast, a few more people involved in the podcast, so we'll get more information as it comes about. But taking a break, kind of getting things in order. What is weird? It's weird to me. It's not weird, but it's just, how the year goes by. You think at times, man, this year could have just get over. But at the same time, it goes by pretty darn fast. And you got to get things ready for Christmas season. Got the holidays coming up and prepping for that. So I think they're just trying to take one step at a time and make sure that we've got everybody covered and before they dive into a new deal, huh? Enjoy the opportunity to get off your butt and move around. That was Lydia. Yes. And let's see, I was trying to think. I think Lydia, the two of them were driver of the year, team driver of the year 2 years ago. I think it was 2019, excuse me, that the two of them, she and Robert, were driver of the year for the team. I believe. Dean, you have got a great memory. Can you remember? Was it 2020 or 2019? Excuse me. 2019? I think it was. But anyways, so I got a little bit of details from them on what the team driving all entails. Of course, we've got a couple of different teams running on those. Some of them, like I said, not all of our teams are running on dedicated routes. A couple of our teams are running just coast to coast. Maybe every once in a while they're handling one of those touch freight loads, but for the most part they could be running coast to coast and on a number of different customer accounts. So any questions so far or on any of the information that we went over for team driving and what we have available here for team driving here at Decker? Yes, it is refrigerated. Yep. Refrigerated requirements. Good comment. So the refrigerated requirements are going to be a minimum of 160-hour PTDI certified course. So if you are new to trucking and you're wondering, hey, can I get in on this? What's it going to take? You do have to have at the very minimum a PTDI certified. Now, if you have 3 months of tractor trailer experience, then yes, we can help you get into the lease, or we can help you get into the team driving opportunity and have you go with a trainer possibly. But if you have just 160 hours in a PTDI certified course, you do have to have graduated in order to qualify, or maybe you just have a month to 3 months of experience, then at that point, yes, you'll go with a trainer. You'll have the week-long orientation like I mentioned earlier. You'll have 1 week on the job site or on the site training there in Fort Dodge, going through the reefer unit, backing, docks, shuttling trailers, things like that, just kind of getting some experience. Then you'll have 2 weeks out on the road with a trainer. And now if both of you have that minimal experience, then you'll each be with a trainer. You won't be with the same trainer. If one of you has 6 years of experience and the other is just a recent graduate that doesn't have the experience yet, then that recent graduate is going to need to go through those levels of training where the experienced driver part of the team, they can start running as a solo driver, getting solo paid based off of their experience, which could be anywhere from 56 cents a mile up to 70 cents a mile, depending on their experience, like I said. So they'll be running at a rate of pay based off of their experience until their team driver has completed training, and then they'll start on the team pay and go from there. Dean says it was 2019. Okay, I thought it was. I couldn't remember for sure. I have to think of the backgrounds of where we do the when we do the interviews and stuff like that to remember which everybody was. Dean's there often. Not a bad thing, right? Impressive, to be exact. Anna says, refrigerated division. Freight includes frozen products, fresh produce, pharmaceuticals, and other temperature sensitive. Yep. And like I said before, you could get some dry loads in there, here and there, on the reefer units, but for the most part, it's temperature controlled. Produce, yep. Oh, you already put that. Good. If you're looking for some team opportunities and you have more questions, specifically where you live and if we have that available, then this number that you keep seeing flying by and disappearing, coming out, reappearing, 888-668-0698 is the number that you'll be seeing it. 2019 awards, he said, held a few days before that. Yes. Yeah, that was actually, it was too. It was, I believe, March 7th, because in the year before, we did it in April, and I knew we did it early, and then that next week, honestly, that's where I remember the pandemic off of, is the award ceremony that we did, because it went literally just days before everything was shut down. We like to do a big to-do for the awards ceremony, and that's held annually. Obviously, this last year was a little bit different, but that's held annually, and we honor not only our driver of the years per division, and our team drivers of the year do get a $3,000 team driver award, so it's a $3,000 bonus, but they also have the chance at $15,000 for cash as well. So $15,000 prize for cash. That is the grand champion. But that's a big ordeal. We honor not only our driver of the year for every division and our grand champion, but our million-mile winners, our 2, our 3, our 4. We had a 5 million-mile winner this year. So quite impressive. Yes, indeed. Darren was the voice since we started, right? Yes, he was. Yep. Now, well, Devontae is considered the voice, but yes. Yep. And I haven't listened to them all. Yes, he does have a lovely voice. Actually, he did one of the Facebook lives for the drawing, which was pretty good. If you missed that was pretty funny. Nope, it's Devontae. Yeah. Dean's the voice behind the wheel. Out on the road. Yep. Excellent. All right. So that's team driving. No doubt. All right. Any other questions on what we have available here for our team driving? Of course, we've got solo positions available. So if you are interested, please reach out to one of our recruiters at 888-668-0698. I do want to do a quick little run through here. Yesterday we spoke about it briefly, but it was late afternoon, so I wanted to make sure that information was provided here today as well. We do have one position available in our local position available for the Des Moines area. We have the Des Moines shop there. Now, here are the requirements for our local out of Des Moines, Iowa. You must have a hazmat and tanker endorsement, so that is very important. You must have that by the time you are hired on, so ahead of time. You'll be hauling refrigerated, you'll be hauling dry van, you'll be hauling flatbed, and of course, tanker. So that could be a possibility. You'll be pulling trailers around, could be up to 150-mile radius, but it is home daily, and it usually starts at 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. roughly. Now, it could be a little bit longer some days, but for the most part, it's 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. It is hourly. It's $23 an hour. And like I said before, you're pretty much responsible for shuttling both empty and loaded trailers in and around the Des Moines area. So, like I said, it could be 150 miles, 175 or so, but you're home daily. So that's the Des Moines local position. Okay, so we have that available. We also have dedicated positions available in our flatbed division. So I do need to point out that you are required to have at least 6 months of flatbed experience for these dedicated positions that I'm going to talk about, or have a minimum of 1 year of tractor trailer experience and then go through our flatbed securement training course in order to qualify. Okay, so the positions that I have are dedicated out of the Nashville, Arkansas, or Texarkana area, and that one runs, it's home weekly. It, like I said, it's flatbed. You are very busy. No rest for the wicked, right? No. It is a very busy load. Just quick. You could be hauling into Dallas. You could be hauling into Houston, into Monroe, Louisiana. But the Nashville, Arkansas area is basically where you're running. Home weekly, dedicated flatbed. You need to know how to tarp. You need to know how to secure. And you need to know how to manage your time. Our drivers that are on that division, they most definitely step up. They do a fantastic job. Huge shout out to all of them that are on that. And of course, AC is the driver manager for that division and customer, I think, rep as well. Like, he does a phenomenal job of taking care of his people on that one. And he has lots of positive and awesome comments coming through on not only his job, but everything for all the drivers that have been on that division. So quite impressed with it. But we have 2 positions available for that, and that'll keep you busy. So 2 positions. If you're interested, please make sure that you reach out to us at 888-668-0698. Again, 6 months of flatbed experience required, or 1 year minimum of tractor trailer experience, over-the-road tractor trailer experience. And then at that point, you would go through the training. Okay, so that's the first part. It's actually the second position. But it's 2. And now we also have a dedicated out of Jacksonville, Florida. Now this is also a home weekly position, running a different area. You're running basically central and southern Florida. Again, 6 months minimum flatbed experience, or 1 year of tractor trailer over the road experience in order to qualify. And then at that point, we would have you go through the securement and tarp training. All of the training, whether you're in the Nashville dedicated or the Jacksonville, Florida dedicated, or any of the other divisions, you are training out of the Fort Dodge terminal. Fort Dodge, Iowa terminal is what I was going to say. That's our main terminal. You'll go through a week-long orientation. You'll go through a week of hands-on training, and you'll have 2 weeks with a trainer if you are inexperienced and need that. However, for an experienced driver, such as the flatbed driving dedicated positions that we're talking about, you'll have a 2.5-day orientation, followed by securement training if you need it. But otherwise, it's a 2.5-day orientation, pays $500 for completing the orientation, plus a $100 bonus right now that you can get on as long as you complete the online orientation, your urinalysis, and physical ahead of time. So those 3 things. Anyways, you've got Southern Florida, Central Florida, home weekly on that dedicated Jacksonville, Florida run. So if you're interested, make sure you reach out to one of the recruiters at 888-668-0698. And then we'll be able to answer more questions on, whatever questions you have on that division. Excellent. All right. Now, we have a couple of different options available in the Midwest. We have our short haul position, which is our flatbed short haul. Can get you home daily in most of those areas. You can look at every 2 days or 3 days as an option as well. You're going to rack up the miles more if you're staying out a little bit longer. But most definitely home daily, home weekly, home on the weekends as well. It's guaranteed $1,000 a week, and your rate of pay per mile is obviously based off of your experience. So if that's something you're interested in, wondering, hey, where that short haul at? How do I get in on that? Reach out to us, or actually click on the link that Anna just sent, and we can get you more information. So some of those hiring areas, Sioux City, Omaha, Fort Dodge, great option for home time and pay balance. Fantastic option for that. Excellent. Okay, now we also have the fresh meat fleet. Now this is one that is only available for a very short time, but if you are interested in it, it is a $2,000 guaranteed pay fresh meat home weekly You need to have experience, and you need to know how to manage your time well. This is very important. This is an elite fleet. Elite fleet. Time management is important. You are guaranteed that $2,000 a week. If you're not available all 5 days during the week, then your rate of pay it won't be per mile, it'll be per day. So it'll be $3.25 a day. Mm-hmm. How come Katie isn't on here today? Dean says, is Zahira blushing? Maybe she's doing the podcast. Well, I'm not sure. Usually she's on here. Usually I see her behind the scenes. She's staying quiet. Manning everything else. Yeah, she's a busy lady. Excellent. She is. I do agree with that. All right. Well, you guys, that's currently what we've got available here for you. If you guys want more information, as always, reach out to one of the recruiters. You can apply directly online, and once we get your application, we'll give you a holler. We'll go through all the details with you. Again, based off of where you live, you might have a number of opportunities available. In the Midwest, we've got over-the-road refrigerated. We have home weekly refrigerated options. We have home daily in flatbed for many areas, or home weekly in flatbed as well, or over the road where you're out 2-3 weeks at a time. Lots of options. Decker Truck Line. That's Katie right there. She goes, I'm here. Just posted a TikTok. Oh, all right. We're going to have to hop online. Go check out the TikTok. The TikTok, by the way, you can get at Decker Truck Line. If you are trying to figure out where we're at, it's at Decker Truck Line. She does, but she's very good at her addiction. Her TikTok addiction. Oh, too funny. She's here. She's hiding out. All right, one last thing, because Anna just put it up there. I gotta give a shout out to our drive van division. So if you live, especially along I-80 from Omaha to Gary, Indiana, along I-80, or even over to Fort Wayne, that one we can get you home on a weekly basis for most areas. There are some exceptions. There's some areas along I-80 that you're home 2 weeks at a time, but just reach out to us. Let's get more specific based off of where you live so that we're giving you the correct information, period. 888-668-0698. The rate of pay per mile, 55 to 70 cents a mile, depending on your experience. You have a guarantee of at least $1,000 a week, meeting those minimum requirements. And then, of course, if you live in Anderson, South Carolina, or Augusta, Georgia, Hartwell, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, we have home time options and dry van options there as well. So check it out. Dean says, okay, your initials are DTL today. Yesterday it was Katie. Yes, that's very true. Very true. She's all over the board. Go live on it. How many more do you need, Katie? She says, how many more? So many more. Every day. Gotta hop on there. Have some fun. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's live. Thank you so much for joining me. And we will see you next week on our Facebook page, facebook.com/DTLinc. We go live every Monday at 4 p.m. Central. What's Monday? The 25th. Shout out to my mother-in-law. It is her birthday today, and as well as several others who have had birthdays. If you missed yesterday's shout out or birthday and anniversary edition on our Facebook page, please go back and watch. Make sure that you wish them all a birthday. Also, happy birthday to Jairus. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Amy says, Katie, you may break me from no TikTok. I need some info. Can you go live on TikTok? See, there you go. You can go live on TikTok, but you have to have at least 1,000 followers first, which actually, I think that's the same rule for YouTube as well. Nope, that's not. I lied. Forget it. But yes, you do have to have 1,000 to go live on TikTok. Check it out. Katie, you know you want to. All right, you guys, I will let you be. I'll see you next Tuesday here at noon Central on our YouTube channel. but next Monday on our Facebook, facebook.com/DTL Link. And don't forget to give us a call right here on this number, 888-668-0698, to talk to one of the recruiters for more details on what's going on and what's available out of your neck of the woods. All right, be good.